consider this. How did a young Roman noble, Julius Caesar, rise from relative obscurity to become one of the most powerful figures in history? That is a question that history books and scholars have tried answering for centuries. Born into the prestigious Julian family, young Caesar had early exposure to the intricacies of power politics. Growing up, he displayed a keen intellect and an unyielding desire for greatness. His early years were spent in the Roman military, where his tactical brilliance and leadership skills shone brightly. Caesar, right from his youth, showed a knack for and tactics that later served him well. His military career was punctuated with numerous successful campaigns, notably in Gaul and Britain. These victories in foreign lands not only expanded the geographical reach of the Roman Empire, but also earned Caesar a burgeoning reputation back in Rome. His military prowess rapidly catapulted him into the Roman political arena. It was here that Caesar's political acumen, charismatic personality, and strategic alliances helped him climb the ladder of power at a pace that was both remarkable and unprecedented. Yet despite his victories and his ascent to power, he fell victim to a brutal assassination plot on the Ides of March, an incident that shocked the Roman world and has intrigued historians ever since. Julius Caesar's journey begins in the early years, where he proved himself as a formidable military leader. Born to a patrician family in 100 BC, Caesar quickly distinguished himself in the Roman military. His successful campaigns in Gaul and Britain not only expanded the Roman territories, but also amplified his fame back home. It was his military triumphs that first introduced him to the Roman political sphere, setting the stage for a dramatic rise to power. Though the strength of his military was formidable, it was not the sole factor that paved Caesar's way to power. His path was also distinctly marked with political intelligence, an uncanny ability to engage the right people and exploit the intricate labyrinth of politics that was Rome. The real distinguishing factor that set Caesar apart was his skill to weave the threads of political alliances, forming beneficial partnerships with key figures in the Roman landscape. One of the key alliances he formed was with Pompey, a highly respected military general who wielded considerable sway within the Roman army. Pompey was widely regarded as a powerful player in the Roman political scene, him an advantageous ally for Caesar. Another ally who played a crucial role in Caesar's rise to power was Crassus, a man of considerable wealth and influence. The alliance with Crassus not only provided Caesar with significant financial backing, but also crucial political support. The partnerships formed with Pompey and Crassus weren't merely alliances of convenience. They were carefully calculated moves by Caesar, designed to consolidate his power and reinforce his position within Rome. This strategic alliance was later given the name the First Triumvirate by historians. Through sophisticated web of alliances, Caesar skillfully consolidated his power and strategically positioned himself as a formidable force to be reckoned with within the Roman political landscape. He was not just a military leader. He was a master tactician who understood the complexities of politics and used it to his advantage. Through these alliances, Caesar cleverly consolidated power, positioning himself as a formidable player in Rome's political landscape. However, the turning point of Caesar's political career came with his daring decision to cross the Rubicon River in 49 BC. This audacious move wasn't merely the crossing of a physical boundary, it was an act of defiance, a statement of intent that sent shockwaves through the power structures of Rome. Caesar, a man of strategic brilliance and unyielding ambition, had taken a step that was tantamount to declaring war on the Roman Senate. The Rubicon, a relatively insignificant river in northern Italy, had become a symbol of a point of no return in Caesar's political journey. His decision to cross it was a direct challenge to the Senate's authority. This was a time of great tension. Rome held its breath as it teetered on the brink of civil war. The Senate, a bastion of power and tradition, was threatened by the audacity of one man who sought to take the reins of the empire into his own hands. The odds were stacked against him. He was taking on a formidable establishment, and yet Caesar's resolve remained undeterred. Brilliance in planning and execution, his charisma, and his warrior's spirit ignited a civil war that changed the course of Rome's history. Despite the odds, Caesar emerged victorious, his power in Rome now unrivaled. The gamble had paid off. The man, who dared to cross the Rubicon, now stood at the pinnacle of Roman power, his dominance absolute and undisputed. Yet, even at the height of his power, Caesar's reign was not without its threats. These threats were not mere external perils of war or conflict, but deeply rooted within his own persisting system of governance. The very heart of the Roman Empire, the unassuming Senate, would soon become the stage for a vicious plot hymn. The day chosen for the tragic events to unfold was the Ides of March, an ominous date that would etch itself into the annals of history. March 15th, 44 BC, a date that would haunt the corridors of time, marked the day of a conspiracy that was born out of fear. The fear was not of the man, Julius Caesar, but of his unmitigated and absolute power, which seemed to hold Rome in an iron grasp. The architects of the plot were none other than a group of the Republic's own senators. Among them, two names prominently stood out: Brutus and Cassius. These men, once confidants and allies, were driven to treachery by the dread of Caesar's unchecked dominance. Their loyalty to the Republic outweighed any personal feelings they nursed for Caesar, and they made a chilling decision to assassinate Caesar in the hallowed halls, the Senate. The act itself was swift, brutal, and shocking, marking a grim turning point in Roman history. The fall of a leader, a dictator, at the hands of his own trusted Senate, was a grim spectacle that sent shockwaves through Rome. This dramatic event marked the tragic end to Caesar's extraordinary rise to power. In reflecting on Julius Caesar's life, we find ourselves deeply immersed in a tale of ambition, power, and tragedy that continues to fascinate scholars and history enthusiasts alike. His life's narrative, filled with military victories, political stratagems, and unforgettable tragic downfall, is a timeless tale that rings loudly through the echoing corridors of ancient history. From his early years, we see impressive military victories that laid the foundation for his power. His triumphs in Gaul, his ability to build and retain the loyalty of his legions, and his tactical prowess on the battlefield were all instrumental in establishing him as a force not to be reckoned with. His political maneuvers were no less impressive. His ability to navigate the complex and often treacherous political landscape of the Roman Republic, forming alliances, neutralizing threats, and consolidating his position, was a testament to his strategic genius. His famous crossing of the Rubicon River, signaling the start of a civil war that would ultimately lead to his rise as dictator, was a daring display of political courage and ambition. Yet despite these victories, his life was ultimately marked by tragedy. His death on the Ides of March, a day now synonymous with betrayal and desolation, was a brutal end to a life of triumph and power. His legacy endures, his impact on the Roman Republic undeniable. Despite his tragic end, Julius Caesar's rise to power remains one of the most fascinating stories of political ambition and strategic genius. So remember to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We appreciate your unwavering support and enthusiasm. With your help, we can continually produce high-quality content that dives deep into the annals of history, piecing together the intricate mosaic of events that have defined our civilization. We passionately explore the stories, the battles, the innovations, the individuals, and that have left an indelible imprint on humanity's collective memory. In each upcoming episode, we aim to bring you an engaging and comprehensive examination of these historical narratives. Be it the rise and fall of empires, the achievements of groundbreaking scientists, or the artistic masterpieces that have transcended time, we're here to shed light on the diverse aspects of our shared heritage. Every episode is a new journey back in time, offering you insights into the triumphs, tragedies, hopes, and fears that have paved the path to our present. We are not just about history. We are about stories of resilience, aspiration, conflict, and progress that underline the fact that our past is teeming with lessons that can guide us in navigating our future. So buckle up for an enlightening journey into the past, where we unmask the obscure, celebrate the renowned, and learn from the forgotten. We're constantly striving to make history more accessible and engaging, hoping to ignite in you the same curiosity and fascination that we have for the past. Until next time, keep exploring the past, for it is the key to understanding the present.